Hi guys, Mark here. Well, I've got something very special for you today. Today we are testing the brand new BMW R1250Gs. So this is kindly loaned to me by the guys at CW Motorcycles. We're here in Dorchester in the south of England. A lovely sunny winter's day, absolutely spoiled, and I've got an absolutely amazing bike, and boy am I looking forward to ride this. So this bike is the updated version on the previous model. Key kind of things that are different on it is the all-new engine. It's a 1256cc, I believe, with 136 horsepower now, up about 10 horsepower on the previous model. It's got BMW's new ShiftCam on the engine here. I don't know if you can see that. That's basically variable valve timing above 4,000 revs. It lifts the cams and gives you more performance, more power and torque. So this is the rally version with the spoked wheels and the very nice colour scheme. Basically it's the TE model really. It's just the sort of model that people tend to go for, the TE model rather than the base model. And you're looking at about £16,000 for this, but my word, has it got some stuff on it. Absolutely beautiful, probably the nicest I've seen TFT screen. Heated grips, electronic suspension, riding modes, adjustable screen, the seat is adjustable, electronic suspension, absolutely fantastic new engine, super smooth, loads of torque and grunt. It's got that lovely characteristic boxer twin. You've got the telelever front suspension, which is great because when you brake, it doesn't actually dive. It's very cleverly designed up in there. Obviously, lovely shaft drive on these. I say the BMW 1200GSs have been around for years, and they're probably the bike of choice in this kind of adventure touring category. I took out the Tiger Triumph yesterday, 1200, and I was super impressed with that. So I'd be really keen to see how this compares. I say power lever rear suspension. Updated brakes on this. It's interesting, you've got Brembo on the back and BMW's own calipers on the front, which is interesting, but I'm sure they'll be amazing. Just walking around the bike again for you to see. So they haven't been out this long, these new 1250 engines. So I say it'd be interesting to see. I did do about 1,000 miles on a 2013 LC 1200GS, and I was super impressed with that. I'm just looking forward to see how this compares. So you've got cornering ABS on this, traction control, riding modes. It's got the lot, but I say it's pretty heavily priced at 16,000 odd pounds. But hey, you know, what a motorcycle! So we've got keyless ignition on this, so you could go near to the bike, press the power button here. Hopefully it should all power up. Hopefully you can see all that. I just love the way that screen comes into life. And as I say, it's all operated on the toggle wheel here, and the menu button up and down. So I'm going to mess this up now. I'm not going to fiddle with it too much because I'll probably end up going into a pace that I don't want to be. But it's all operated on this toggle wheel, and here we've got cruise control, heated grips, electronic suspension, and that can all be adjusted automatically as well if you want it to be. SOS button, obviously you can pair it to your phone. We've got it prepared for sat nav as well, that's nice. So let's hop on. Now this is pretty tall, this beast. I'm only a small guy, 5'7", and the seat is the standard seat, but it's in the low position, and the suspension is nice and plush. I've got it sort of set on the automatic setting, and the balls of my feet are down, but I'm not flat-footed by any sense of the word. And it is a pretty big, hefty machine. It weighs in at about 249 kilos wet, I think. So, but as I say, it should be fine once I'm on the move. So clutch in, let's start her up. So straight away, it has that lovely boxer twin, throaty burble to the engine, and when you rev it, the bike kind of goes to the left a bit. It's quite interesting, that. And that screen is just a joy to look at, probably the nicest I've seen. Really clear and bright. So this bike also has a quick shifter on the up and the down. So we'll do the usual kind of thing, do about 10 miles, and then we'll have a final thoughts. We're off on this beautiful motorcycle. So straight off, you can hear the engine. It just makes a lovely, deep, throaty BMW Boxer twin sound. It's very smooth. You wouldn't even really know it's a twin. Starting at the top, you've got the adjustable screen. It's on its highest position, I think, at the moment. Yeah, and I'm hardly feeling any wind at all. So top marks to the screen. That's really nice. The mirrors are the usual BMW ones. That they're quite small when you look at them, but they're absolutely super clear, and they're doing a great job of the view behind. So that's absolutely fine. Let's put this into top gear and see how it likes top gear at low revs. So I'm top gear now at 40 mile an hour. Not quite that happy at sort of 2,000 revs. The twin, obviously it's a twin, so it's a bit lumpy. So I'm just going to drop it down to 4th. That's a lot better. So it likes about 3,000 revs on the tacho for smooth running. I'm just going to open this up fully now. National speed limit. So here we go, full throttle, absolutely flies. And no clutch required for changing up the gearbox. Absolutely beautiful. So the legal limit now, 6th gear, and we're running at a very, very relaxing 3,500 revs, which is absolutely nothing. It's very similar riding position to the Triumph Tiger 1200 I rode yesterday. Very high, very commanding. The seat is super comfortable, by the way. You can easily do a 12-hour day on this if you were touring, I think. Really, really nice. So let's just slow it down a bit and just give this a bit of full throttle acceleration. Top gear, there's 50, 60, and it will go well on beyond that. So masses of top gear acceleration on this beast. Vibration wise, there's no annoying tingles at all. You're just aware that it's got a twin engine. It's got that nice characteristic kind of throb to it, which is a plus. It's not a minus. You can just feel that it's a twin. It's smooth, but you can tell it's a twin. So for downshifting, you shut the throttle, no clutch, straight down. 4th gear now, no clutch required. So the clutch is, the gearbox is really smooth and positive. Let's give it some full throttle acceleration. Yeah, masses of low rev, mid-range power here. Right, we'll just try the brakes out in a minute. We'll get to a nice straight bit of road. Obviously this has got cornering ABS, traction control, it's got the lot. It's a state-of-the-art motorcycle, this. Cornering feels very precise on this bike. I say the weight totally disappears. You know, it's very easy to ride. Right, let's try these brakes out. Oh yeah. These new BMW front calipers are Brembo performance. I can promise you that. Let's try that one more time. Oh my life, yeah, they are super strong. Masses of feel. The clutch is hydraulic, and very, very nice, light, short action on the clutch, so no problems there. So screen's great, mirrors are lovely. The bars are really, really wide on this. They feel like I'm about 1 metre apart, but that's not a bad thing. You have masses of control of the bike. I must say, when I rode the 2013 GS 1200 with its electronic suspension, I was super impressed, and this is no different. I don't think the chassis is that different on this bike to the old model, and it is amazing. I mean, here in the UK the roads are very bumpy, and this is a magic carpet ride. It's just soaks up all the bumps. It's beautifully plush. Let's try the back brake out. Yep, that's 100% good. So gearbox is nice, clutch action is very positive if you want to use the clutch instead of using the quick shifter. Huge amount of power, very, very strong in the mid-range, very strong. Right, we'll just go down to 2nd and just give it some full throttle acceleration. 2nd gear now, full throttle. Yeah, very, very powerful. Would definitely say it's got around 130 claimed horsepower, like they say. Let's get past this car, just try out some top gear acceleration. real world roll on now, guys. Here we go. Top gear. Passed in a second, so you cannot complain at that. That's what this engine is renowned for, having so much low and mid-range grunt. They're not about high revs, these type of engines. It's about relaxed cruising. It's not about speed. Absolutely fantastic. I would love to own one of these and take it across Europe for a week or so. So there's a huge amount of options on these bikes. You know, you can get all the panniers for them. If you go for the bottom of the range, you know, there's so many things you can add to it. But then people end up buying the TE version anyway, which has got all that anyway. So you probably need to, if you're going to buy a base model, you know, you're going to probably have to budget for quite a bit more money to fully spec it up. So you might as well just buy the TE model, really. Yeah, I'm super impressed with this suspension. It's so good at soaking up the bumps. Yeah, it does feel very similar to the old model. It's just that engine has got a bit more get up and go. We'll just try some 30 mile an hour now. Make sure we got no problems with the fueling. Just want to check there's no hunting or coughing or spluttering at 30 odd. So just write down. Let's just see what this is like. Yeah, that's fine. Let's try it again. Yeah, perfect. Good, good, lovely. The throttle action is very light. It's a lovely light, quick action throttle, and when you snap the throttle, the bike lunges with its power. So we got heated grips, cruise control. It has also got hill assist, hill start assist. I'll try that out in a minute. But wow, what a bike, guys. Isn't it amazing what man can make? So we've got a bit of a corner coming up here. Let's try attacking it a little bit. Yeah, very nice road holding there. Yeah, great. Well, so far this gets 5 stars in my book, this bike. The seat's lovely and roomy as well. You can move backwards and forwards. The leg position, my legs are slightly bent back from knee down to foot, but loads of room, nothing like a sports bike. It's got stacks of room there, so that's 5 stars for your leg position. And as I say, the nice thing is now that, you know, BMW do a low version of this now and a lower seat, so this used to be, you know, a big guy's bike only, but now smaller guys can ride these, as long as you've got a bit of strength to push it around. But as I say, it's definitely a bike to consider if you're a smaller person. It's totally doable with the height of it. I am absolutely loving this engine. Yeah, the cornering is first class. Just try the brakes again. Oh yeah, those brakes are fantastic, absolutely fabulous. It's interesting because when you hit the brakes, because of that telelever front suspension, it doesn't dive down like a conventional bike. It's really interesting, that. It's just the engine has got so much get up and go, being the 1200 Boxer. And when I revved it up back there, you can't sort of feel any transition with the sort of variable valves. It's all very smooth and progressive, you know, unlike some bikes where you kind of feel it kicking in, like the Honda VTEC. I didn't notice anything at all. No, it's just smooth. It's lovely. Great thing with these bikes is that they're just so they're very chuckable, you know, rather than going down the full dress tourer route like a Goldwing. This would go all over the continent for miles and miles on a touring trip, and and you've got lots of fun. It's very chuckable and nimble compared to a big tourer. Really good. Gonna get past this? No. Absolutely effortless power to get by. Wonderful. Yes, this is going to get a 5-star review from me. Do I like it more than the Triumph Tiger 1200? It does the same sort of thing, you know. It's big, it's beautifully powerful, smooth. It depends whether you just prefer the BMW Boxer twin engine or you'd rather have a triple, really. I think they're both as good as each other, to be honest. This feels definitely lighter. You know, the big Triumph is quite top heavy. This has obviously got the Boxer twin, which is lower down, so it's got that going for it. So I would probably take this one in terms of it's better for chucking around. It definitely feels lighter than the Triumph. Maybe put some comments in the box, guys, and let me know what you think about the two, if you've had experience of these two bikes. That engine sounds really nice. Thank you. So, first gear, loads of power. Yeah, totally seamless. You cannot feel that valve timing cutting in at all. Superb. So a bit of cruise control now, 50 mile an hour, hands free. Really effortless, that's great. I just love these bikes. You know, you're sitting so high up on them and you can see over hedges and things. It's just so commanding, the position. You know, obviously sports bikes, you're hunched over them, but maybe it's me, I'm getting a bit old, but I think these are superb, these sort of bikes. So this is in the same category as the Explorer, having shaft drive. Obviously the Multistrada and the BMW XR are chain driven, and they're more kind of performance orientated. So you have to sort of choose what style is for you. You know, do you want more performance, or do you want more all-round performance, really? Personally, I'm kind of liking the more all-round now, because these sorts of bikes do everything so well. Yeah, quick shifter works really smoothly on this. Thumbs up for that. Just that power from 3,000 onwards, it just drives beautifully. And I think we'll call it a day in here. Just do a final thoughts. Absolutely fabulous, guys. Right, just before we go, we'll just try and have a look at this TFT screen. See if I can just get it to my vehicle. Oh wow, so we've got lots of different parameters here, all lots of information. Onboard computer, all your range, it tells you absolutely everything. I mean, this would take a while to learn all this. But yeah, fabulous. Really, really nice. Yeah, superb. Anyway, let's shut this down. And we'll have a little walk round again and the final thoughts. Anyway, so that is a really, really superb motorcycle. Done a good job. The engine's definitely got that bit more power and torque than the old model. Yeah, it's really, really nice. Love the suspension. The suspension's always been the strong part of these particular GS's. The electronic suspension works so well for British roads. The brakes are incredibly powerful. Really liking that. And that's the suspension up in there is just wonderful. Hopefully you can see all that up in there. There we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review. I've actually got this bike for another hour now, so I'm going to go and have some fun. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like this bike. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and feel free to share this on your social media sites. Anyway, all the best, guys. Mark signing off until the next video. Catch you all soon. Thanks so much. Cheers. Bye.